and welcome back to Friday Reads, where we help you find your next read. I'm Jill.
And I'm Julie, and we think that fall is finally here, so Jill and I are going to do some fall reads for you guys today. So Jill, kick us off.
So my first one is a brand new book called The Book of Lost Hours by Haley Gelfuso. This was just published on August 26, 2025. It's for fans of the Ministry of Time and the Midnight Library. So if you like those two books, this is similar. Enter the time space, a soaring library filled with books containing the memories of those who have passed and accessed only by specially made watches once passed from father to son, but mostly now in government hands. This is where 11-year-old Lisa Levy finds herself trapped in 1938, waiting for her watchmaker father to return for her. When he doesn't, she grows up among books and specters, able to see the world only by sifting through the memories of those who came before her. As she realizes that government agents are entering the time space to destroy books and maintain their preferred vision of history, she sets about saving these scraps of her own volume of memories until the appearance of an American spy named Ernest Duquesne in 1949 offers her a glimpse of the world she left behind, setting her on a course to change history and possibly the time space itself. In 1965, 16-year-old Amelia Duquesne is mourning the disappearance of her uncle Ernest when an enigmatic CIA agent approaches her to enlist her help in tracking down a book of memories her uncle once sought. But when Amelia visits the time space for the first time, she realizes that the past and the truth might not be as linear as she was led to believe. The Book of Lost Hours explores time, memory, and what we sacrifice to protect those that we love. So, Lost Hours.
You mentioned the popular books at the beginning, if people like those, so. All right, you know me, kicking it off with murder. This is Death by Hot Apple Cider by Alex Erickson. This was published back in 2021. Chrissy Hancock's Bookstore Cafe in Pine Hills, Ohio is teaming up with the local library for a seasonal celebration, but someone is spiking the refreshments with fatal results. With autumn in full swing and Thanksgiving on the way, Chrissy's supplying cider and her staff is manning the apple bobbing booth at a town event. But then a patron dunks his head in and doesn't come back up. It soon becomes clear that Chrissy's brew wasn't to blame, but with her policeman boyfriend looking to make detective, she can't help being drawn into the investigation. The victim was notorious for harassing not only her own bookstore, but the library and the school for promoting supposedly scandalous literature before someone censored him permanently. Now Chrissy will have to check out a stack of suspects to find a killer who's rotten to the core. Death by Hot Apple Cider.
The cover just looks like fall.
Yep. You got the cat bobbing for apples.
I love fall books. Fall is fun. This is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This was published in 2011. It is also on my TBR list. The circus arrives without warning. No announcements precede it. It is simply there. When yesterday it was not. Within the black and white striped canvas tents is an utterly unique experience full of breathtaking amazements. It's called the Cirque de Rêves, and it is only open at night. But behind the scenes, a fierce competition is underway, a duel between two young magicians, Celio and Marco, who have been trained since childhood expressly for this purpose by their mercurial instructors. Unbeknownst to them, this is a game by which only one can be left standing, and the circus is but the stage for a remarkable battle of imagination and will. Despite themselves, however, Celia and Marco tumble headfirst into love, a deep, magical love that makes the lights flicker and the room grow warm whenever they so much as brush hands. True love or not, the game must play out, and the fates of everyone involved, from the cast of extraordinary circus performers to the patrons, hang out in the balance, suspended as precariously as the daring acrobats overhead.
It's been on my to-do list too.
Erin Morgenstern was a really good.
Second book is a new book. This is The Evening Shades by Lee Martin, published this year. This book resonates with the comfort and beauty of our souls at night and the history and suspense of Mystic River. One afternoon in the autumn of 1972, a lonely widow in Mount Gilead, Illinois, offers to rent a room in her house to a socially awkward man, a stranger who's come to town. It's risky, she doesn't know anything about him, and she had really thought to take in a renter. But Edith Green can no longer bear a life lived alone. Henry Dees, haunted by the past he carries with him from Tulare, Indiana, plagued by a tremendous guilt about things he did and didn't do that led to the death of a little girl back home. Now he's trying to figure out how he can face the rest of his life. It's a story of love found in middle age and joy it promises, but not without serious complications. There's the bereaved family of the little girl who are holding their own secrets about the mysterious disappearances of both the man who killed their daughter and Henry Dees. The book looks at one lonely woman's last chance at love and one shy man's attempt to rebuild his life in the aftermath of tragedy. It's a story of accommodation, resilience, forgiveness, and love in the face of all that threatens the splendor of our ordinary daily lives. The Evening Shades by Lee Martin. Oh, that sounds like a good one.
So this next one is for those of you who, for fall, think about running through the woods with wolves. It's that one. Once There Were Wolves by Charlotte McCoy. This was published in 2021. And I just finished it. It was really good. It's very interesting. N.T. Flynn arrives in Scotland with her twin sister Aggie to lead a team of biologists tasked with reintroducing 14 gray wolves into the remote highlands. She hopes to heal not only the dying landscape, but Aggie too, unmade by the terrible secrets that drove the sisters out of Alaska. N.T. is not the woman she once was either, changed by the harm she's witnessed, inflicted by humans on both wild and each other. Yet as the wolves surprise everyone by thriving, N.T. begins to let her guard down, even opening herself up to the possibility of love. But when a farmer is found dead, N.T. knows where the target lay blade. Unable to accept her wolves would be responsible, N.T. makes a reckless decision to protect them. But if the wolves didn't make the kill, then who did? And what will N.T. do when the man she's falling for seems to be the crime suspect? Repulsive and spellbinding, Charlotte McConnell's Once There Were Wolves is an unforgettable story of a woman desperate to save the creature she loves if she isn't consumed by the wild. Wolves. Pretty cool. The wolves prove themselves. I like it.
Did you like the book?
I did. It was good.
All right, my third pick. I picked this one because I'm currently in the middle of watching Gilmore Girls, which I never watched the first time it was on. And this book came up on the list for fans of Laura Gilmore and Casey West. So this is My Favorite Color is the Golden Hour by Eva Austin, published in November of last year. This is a cover. A cozy autumn romance. When her childhood best friend turned enemy arrives back in town after 3 years, the girl must decide whether to hold on to that grudge or open her heart and finally forgive. After a recent string of bad luck, Emma's parents send her to live with Grandma for the fall semester in their Carlton Landing vacation home. Never mind that she swore never to return. But during her autumn banishment, as she calls it, she's decided to focus on a few simple things: schoolwork, the fall fest, writing a novel, and most importantly, arranging a chance meeting with the cute carpenter next door. But her plans blow off course when Bryson, her childhood best friend, arrives. Sure, he's tall and cute and has grown up in a very good way. But 3 years ago, she promised to hate him forever. She intends to steer clear, but soon finds his tiny town won't let her avoid him, or the nagging feeling that maybe she has it all wrong. He was the one to blame for their broken friendship, right? Is he merely a distraction from her carefully laid plans with the carpenter, or will Bryson convince her to break that promise to herself and finally forgive? The Golden Hour, it's a dual point of view, it's a sweet teen romance, with small-time charm, cozy autumn lake vibes, as you can see on the cover, and a nod to Jane Austen. So, if you want a pick like that, check out this fun, lighthearted, and sweet fall-themed romance for teens or anyone.
Straight from Rory Gilmore. Where are you going to get that? She's like the epitome of fall.
I'm learning that.
So this next one is a horror. This is Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay, and this is delightful as well. In June 1993, a group of young guerrilla filmmakers spent 4 weeks making Horror Movie, a notorious, disturbing art house horror flick. The weird part? Only 3 of the film's scenes were ever released to the public, but Horror Movie was nevertheless grown a rabid fan base. 3 decades later, Hollywood is pushing for a big budget reboot. The man who played Thin Kid is the only surviving cast member. He remembers all too well the secrets buried within the original screenplay, the bizarre events of the filming, the dangerous cross lines on a set that resulted in tragedy. As memories flood back in, the boundaries between reality and film, past and present, start to blur. But he's going to help me make the film, even if it means navigating the world of cynical producers, egomaniacal directors, and surreal fan conventions. Demons of the past be damned, but at what cost? Horror movies is an obsessive, psychologically chilling, and suspenseful twist on the cursed film. Lord. Pretty good. It's definitely got like a 90s vibe to it, and the tape
I was
itself.
gonna say, you can see by the cover art.
Horror movies are very fall too.
The next one also looks like a very fall themed cover. This is If It Makes You Happy by Julie and Jill, and this was published this year. My new next door neighbor seems to have everything figured out. Small town golden boy, check. Single dad extraordinaire, check. Hot baker forearms, I didn't notice them, I swear. I, on the other hand, don't at all have anything figured out. Trust me, I didn't think taking over my mom's dream bed and breakfast in Copper Run, Vermont was going to be easy. It should be a good place to heal after my divorce. But apparently my scones belong in the garbage with my small talk skills, as pointed out by none other than Cliff. Cliff's inescapable. He knows exactly what people need, always. His charm, the way he wears flannel, and even his pastries make not wanting to be friends with Cliff and his daughter pretty hard. Friends? I can make friends, that's safe. Except I'm leaving in 3 months to pass the in off to my little sister and get the promotion in Seattle that I've been working towards. So ask me why I'm thinking about kissing my hot neighbor. So, rom-com, if it makes you happy.
Yeah. Okay, so this is my academic book. Donna Tartt's The Secret History. You might know Donna Tartt. She's the author of The Goldfinch. This happened way before The Goldfinch. This was published in 1982. Under the influence of their charismatic classics professor, a group of clever, eccentric misfits at an elite New York college discover a way of thinking and living that is a world away from the humdrum existence of their contemporaries. But when they go beyond the boundaries of normal morality, they slip gradually into obsession and corruption and betrayal and relapse inexorably into evil. So, The Secret History by Donna.
I read the book, but I didn't read this one.
No, I didn't either, but I found it on a list of all books. So.
Alright, I started with murder and I'm going to end with murder. So this is Haunted Hayride with Murder by Aurelie Wallace, which was published in 2018. Trick-or-treating just got a whole lot deadlier. Erica Bloom is loving everything about fall this year. It's changing leaves, apple cider, cozy sweaters, and the warm and fuzzy relationships that's heating up between her and Sheriff Grady Forrester. But when some local teens out to find some Halloween thrills come across a boot with a dead man's football still inside it, a chilling new reality comes into play. Everyone in Otter Lake, New Hampshire knows about the age-old witch who haunts the apple orchard bordering the White Mountains. So when the Bowens turn out to belong to a long-gone local with a scandalous connection to the orchard, stories of the spooky figure roaming the forest at night once again rise up from the past. Now it's up to Erica and the rest of the Otter Lake security team to expose the identity of the killer. Will they be able to lay this ghost to rest, or will this witch hunt be their last? This series, the Otter Lake series, is described as a frolicking good time with a heroine who challenges Stephanie Plum for the title of Funniest Sleuth from the New York Times bestselling author Denise Swanson. So, Haunted Hayride with Murder.
Your rewrites this fall more fun. Well, we hope if you're embracing this fall weather like we are, you will enjoy some reads with these. So.
Yeah, we've got kind of thrillers and spooky and cozy mysteries, so we gave you kind of a variety to check out for the fall. Thank you for watching our videos. You can find us on the Community Public website, Facebook page, and YouTube channel. And until next time, Jill and I thank you for watching.
Bye!